You think Netflix makes money making hit shows. The big swing dramas, the true crime everyone talks about for a week, the show your whole feed won't shut up about. It feels like a hit factory makes something people love and they'll pay. But that's not really the business. Most of what Netflix spends money on, you'll never finish. Plenty of it you'll never start. The money doesn't come from any single show. It comes from a small charge that hits your card every month, whether you watched anything or not. Here's how it looks from the outside. Netflix makes shows, you watch the shows, you pay for the shows. In 2024, Netflix brought in about $39 billion. So the obvious story is a content company spend billions making programs, win subscribers with the good ones, and the better your hits, the more money you make. A studio with a play button, and the content spending is enormous and real. Netflix lays out something on the order of $15+ billion a year producing and licensing shows and films. That's more than most movie studios. So you'd assume that's the engine, that Netflix lives and dies on whether the next big show lands. But here's what breaks that story. A single hit doesn't move your bill, and a flop doesn't lower it. You pay the same monthly fee in a month with a massive hit as in a month where you opened the app twice and closed it. Netflix doesn't charge per show, per hour, or per hit. It charges for the door, the standing subscription. The shows aren't the product you're buying. They're the reason you don't cancel the product you already bought. The hit isn't the revenue, the hit is retention. So where does the money really come from? From the recurring fee, paid by a base that has stopped leaving, and a fee that keeps quietly going up. Look at the price. The standard Netflix plan in the US has climbed step by step over the years, from under $10 in the early 2010s to around $18 by 2025, with a premium tier near $25. Each increase is a few dollars. None of it makes headlines for long, and almost nobody cancels. Think about what that drip of increases really is. Add $1 here, $2 there every year or two, on a base of hundreds of millions of paying households, and you are talking about billions of dollars a year in extra revenue, without adding a single subscriber. The growth doesn't have to come from new customers anymore. It can come from charging the ones you already have a little more often. Why does that matter so much? Because of where those few dollars land. When Netflix raises the price, it doesn't cost more to deliver the same show to the same person. The show is already made, the servers are already running. So most of that increase falls straight through to profit. You can see it in the margin. Netflix's operating margin was about 27% in 2024, up from roughly 21% the year before. The company didn't suddenly make better shows. It raised the price on a base that no longer churns, and the gap widened. More than 300 million households pay every month. And the genius of the model is that the number Netflix really cares about isn't how many people love this week's show. It's how few cancel when the price goes up. Now, why does this work? Why can Netflix keep nudging the price up while you keep paying? Because of where Netflix sits in your life. For a lot of households, Netflix isn't a purchase you reconsider each month. It's a fixture, like the electricity bill. Canceling means a small chore. Go find the setting, give up the watch list, explain it to the family, for a small saving. So most people don't. That low churn is the whole foundation. A base that doesn't leave is a base you can price to slowly. The shows you never finish still did their job. They gave you a reason not to cancel this month. And once you have a base that sticks, you can squeeze more value out of each account in ways that have nothing to do with making another hit. Take paid sharing. For years, people shared one account across households for free. In 2023, Netflix changed that. It rolled out paid sharing, asking those extra households to pay. Overnight, viewers who were watching for free became either new paying accounts or paid ad-ons, and Netflix pointed to this as a real driver of growth in 2023 and 2024. No new show required. The audience was already there. Netflix just turned watchers into payers. Then there's the second money stream most people don't think of as Netflix at all: advertising. In late 2022, Netflix launched a cheaper plan with ads. On the surface, that looks like a discount. Underneath, it's a clever flip. The lower price pulls in people who'd never pay full freight. And then Netflix sells their attention to advertisers on top. So that account pays twice a little from the subscriber, and more from the brands buying the ad slots. Netflix has said the ad tier has grown into the tens of millions of users, and that in the markets where it's offered, a large share of new sign-ups now choose it. A subscription business quietly grew a second business, ads, without making a single extra show, and notice how these levers compound. Once you've stopped reporting how many subscribers you add each quarter and started pointing investors at revenue and engagement instead, which Netflix said it would do from 2025, the story quietly changes. The win is no longer, how many people did we sign up? It's, how much can we earn per account we already have? Price increases raise it. The ad tier raises it. Paid sharing raises it. Each lever pulls more money out of the same household, and the household, comfortable and embedded, mostly doesn't flinch. Stack it together and the machine is clear, the library keeps churn low. Low churn lets the price rise. The rising price drops mostly to profit. Paid sharing widens the paying base. The ad tier adds a second revenue stream per account. Notice that none of those levers is make a better show. The shows are the bait that keeps the door fee getting paid. The money is in the fee, the price increases, the ads and the borrowers turned into buyers. So here's what Netflix really is. Not a hit factory that sells shows. A subscription that sells the habit of not canceling, with the shows as the reason you don't. Once you see it, the whole streaming business reads differently. The question was never, is this show good enough to buy? It's this good enough that you won't bother leaving, and every few dollars they add to a base that won't leave is nearly pure profit. The product on the screen is the lure, the money is the recurring charge you forget you're paying. Next time, a company that took this idea to its logical end, it stopped selling you software you own forever and started renting it to you by the month, with your own files as the hostage. That's Adobe.